Hey guys, it's Lindsay with the BFF Gang, and maybe you have been nervous to go on a trip with your little ones, maybe having to think through all of the packing and preparing and the what ifs just overwhelms you. Well, this video is for you. I'm going to share with you some tips that Taylor and I have learned over the last few years when it comes to traveling with little ones. So keep watching. I'm excited to share with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we lose power, light will illuminate the aisle.
So our family has been on quite a few trips with our little ones, and we've learned a thing or two in these trips that have helped make each trip smoother and honestly more enjoyable. And we've actually gotten multiple compliments on how well behaved our kids are when we travel. Thank you, Lord. You know, with kids, most things are unpredictable, and at times I've found myself trying to prepare for whatever, which usually just ends up in me over-preparing, over-packing, and absolutely stressing myself out. So one of the very first things I have to remind myself is there are stores where I'm going. I don't have to pack everything we own or anything that we could ever need. For instance, I don't need to pack mittens or every pillow, every blanket, every toy that could possibly keep the little one's attention. I don't have to pack 95 pairs of undergarments because there are stores where we are. So what I do pack is I pack one outfit for every day of the trip plus one extra. If where we're going has temperatures that are fluctuating, looking at you, Atlanta, I'll prep for whatever the majority of the temperature is and then add a jacket, shorts, or pants, whatever is needed. And then I will pack just a couple of pajamas to rotate throughout the nights. Toiletry-wise, we pack our small tubes of normal soaps, lotions that we use. We bring fingernail clippers because children's nails become talons in minutes. Bring a tiny hairbrush, toothbrushes, and actually a hair dryer, as well as medicine that we would need immediately, like allergy medicine, ibuprofen, teething drops, very important. Second thing, if it's needed, I do a grocery delivery to our destination for things that we need consistently. Diapers, wipes, milk, maybe any usual like daily snacks that we like to have, as well as laundry detergent tabs. In our diaper bag, we have just a few diapers, wipes, hand sanitizer, a change of clothes, a snack, cup, maybe a small book and a favorite toy. On occasion, I have bought a new little toy to surprise them with, something very small, like a Pez dispenser. We don't even put candy in it, and they just play with it for so long. It's wonderful. And then we like to keep a blanket and a portable sound machine close by. When we are in the car road tripping somewhere, we found that for our family, it is best to leave at 3 a.m. Stay with me here. So we pack the car as much as possible the night before, make sure the house is clean. We try to get in bed as close to the kids' bedtime as possible. And then we wake up, strap the kids in the car, in their pajamas and all. We do try to have a bathroom break and diaper change before we load them up. And it's always kind of like exciting for them too, which is pretty sweet. But they always end up falling back asleep, and leaving at this time just helps to pretty much guarantee the kids will sleep most of the time and that we will miss 99% of traffic. It also makes for less stops for food, bathroom breaks, etc. And Taylor typically does the driving, so I'm able to rest so that one of us can have some good sleep under our belt before we head into a full day with kids. And then usually the kids wake up right before we get to our destination, and they're like bright-eyed and happy. For example, one time we decided to leave in the middle of the day, and we got stuck in traffic. The baby was fussy. We had to stop multiple times, and what should have been maybe a 7-hour road trip turned into 10+ hours. And so going with that information and all of the trips that we've taken, 3 a.m. is our sweet spot. So maybe you can find the sweet spot for your family. When we travel, we don't stress too much about the sleep schedule, but we do try to prioritize a good nap somewhere in the day. It's important for them to not be overwhelmed and exhausted, and for the parents to not be overwhelmed and exhausted. For us, if a road trip is over 5 or 6 hours, we've learned that we just prefer to fly. Typically, the convenience strongly outweighs the cost. When we do that, we don't necessarily try to plan the flight at any specific time. We just book what times work for our schedule and adjust from there. We do bring our double stroller with us. We have the Thule Sleek double stroller. You can attach and detach the baby's car seat, and you can have I think they call it a rumbler seat or a second seat on there for toddlers. So that's what we like to use for our 1-year-old. We have her car seat, and then we have the rumbler seat for our 4-year-old. And that usually helps a lot with navigating through the airports with the kids. For my 4-year-old, he brings his own backpack, his own carry-on if we're flying, and he has in there a book, a change of clothes, his water bottle, and then a couple of his cars, his tried and true cars that he likes to bring. And he also likes to have his own ticket. So he carries his ticket, he carries his backpack, and he's responsible for that. It's actually nice with our airline rewards because we can check a bag for free for each seat purchased. So we typically check 2 things of luggage and our 4-year-old's car booster seat for free because he has his own ticket as well. Then we take the stroller through security, and then when we get to the gate, we're able to fold up the stroller, take off the car seat, and check it right there at the gate. And then as you're deboarding the plane, the flight crew leaves the stroller and car seat right there for you once you get off the plane. Some airports, it's right off the plane. Some airports, it's back at the gate once you go through the walkway. And that is free. We do a infant and lap ticket for Lily right now since she's still so young and we can hold her in our lap. When we're at the airport, we like to let the kids walk and run as much as possible safely, letting them explore, getting their wiggles out, and honestly just enjoying the experience of travel. We'll bring a couple of our own snacks, but we do like to budget, because you do have to budget for food in the airport, a travel treat for them to pick out. It's just one other thing for them to look forward to. One note and something to think about is if you do have a small child like our 1-year-old who drinks whole milk, it is actually super challenging to find whole milk in an airport, but most coffee shops like cafes have some whole milk that you can purchase. On a lot of flights, they let people with children board early, and this isn't always best. Depending on their energy level, we'll either wait and let them run around a little bit longer before we board, or if they're tired, we'll go ahead, get on board, and get comfy in our seats. If possible, we do like to try to push naps off for the plane ride, but aren't sticklers about it. We do bathroom breaks and diaper changes before boarding, and then we can eat our snack, read books, play with the new toys, or play I Spy. It's a good one. On the last plane ride that we took, we boarded when they called for parents with children, and when we got on board, my 4-year-old took the safety flight plan and read that for 45 minutes. And when we got into the air, he put it away and curled up in my lap and fell asleep. So they really don't need as much as you may think that they need, but you can make the most simple things fun, and when you see it through their eyes, it can be super cool. And as we get in the air, the kids usually either fall asleep or maybe like to watch a movie. Our 1-year-old can get super wiggly in flight, so I can take her to the bathroom for a diaper change and then maybe check out the empty rows and let her run or climb in those empty rolls. And again, kids are kids, most things you can't prepare for, but you just have to make sure that you pack a little extra patience and grace for yourself. It really helps to have the best husband, so sorry, everyone, I have that. I will say that we did have one experience where one of our little ones was sick and ended up screaming for a solid hour on the flight, which was very nerve-wracking. We did get some looks, but really most people are understanding because they've either had children of their own, been around children, or been children themselves. Anyone else is a child themselves, and they have some growing up to do. So I want to encourage you, travel with your kids, make memories, and have fun doing it. It's so helpful to watch them experience the world. And with the right perspective, it can re-inspire a super sweet sense of wonder and enjoyment for us as well. All right, I hope that some of these tips helped you. If you have some tried and true travel tips for children, drop them in the comments below. We look forward to seeing you again on our next video. Until then, safe travels.